Well, maybe one other thing, but we don't get in too deep with that. But there is one other thing that we do on a mattress, or you're supposed to do, and it's not reading or on your phone or tablet. But anyway, y'all know what that is, and that's the fun part of it.
Welcome back to the Healthy Sleep Podcast, brought to you by MattressGrove. We're your hosts, John and David Grove. We are founders of MattressGrove, a family-owned and operated business that is built on high standards and clear communication.
That's right, David. Today, during this episode, we want to talk about reviews and how to determine whether they're trustworthy or not. You know, you go online and products look great due to just, having great photography and so forth. But by the end of this episode, we want to share with you so that you will know how to authenticate that review through different ways. Because, when you just buy products exclusively on reviews, a lot of times we are not happy with the product. And the last thing we want you to do is not be happy with a mattress so you don't get a good night's sleep. So we're going to talk about that today. So before we get started about talking about reviews, right now, there's a lot of people who are sick. A lot of people have the flu. The risk is high, ultra high in our area in particular, in Greensboro, North Carolina. I get these notifications, and of course, I know a lot of people are sick. During these times, I really focus on sleep. I even focus on sleep more because it's cold outside, so I don't get to exercise as much, but I focus more on my sleep during these times because I know that when I don't have good sleep, that's when I usually get sick. I could be working out really good and hard, but if I'm not getting good sleep, I get sick. It's happened to me a lot of times. So I really focus on, my sleep. And so, I want to share that with everybody because I think if there's anything that we focus on to make our body stronger is getting a good night's sleep. So I really focus on getting the 7 to 8 hours of sleep a night. I'm watching my sleep trackers. Matter of fact, today I had an unbelievable night's sleep last night. So my sleep tracker said I did great. I feel great. But the other thing it talks about in my sleep tracker is the brain. It's dumping all of the waste out, and I had my highest ever last night. So which is cleaning your brain from all the toxins and stuff. That's right. And that's part of what getting sick. So if I can tell anybody, and what I'm going to keep focusing on is getting a better night's sleep, even at the expense of exercise.
Yeah, no doubt, and I agree with you. And we talk about it all the time. When you feel a little sick, number one is your body starts to slow down too, and so you're able to sleep a little bit better. So yeah, it's definitely one of those things. Pay attention to it. Get some sleep. During the flu season. There's a lot of flu out there right now. John, I can't believe how many people just buy mattresses without ever seeing them, without ever talking to anybody, just off of somebody else's review. It is amazing how many mattresses are bought like that.
For example, people will buy a mattress that's going to be rolled up in a box in particular online and delivered to their front door, and they have no idea. And, we talk to a lot of people that are coming out of those mattresses that are only lasting for 6 to 12, maybe 18 months, and they're like, it's not what I learned. It's not what I read. The review said it was good. And so that's why we wanted to talk about that today. But they don't call anybody. Well, they can't. Who can you call?
Right. Well, and I think about a pair of shoes. I buy a pair of shoes online. It's not really, something I've ever had before, maybe another brand, but I saw it and I was like, man, I'm really interested in seeing how this shoe fits. And I put the shoe on, and the shoe just, it's okay, but it doesn't meet what I thought it would from the reviews. Well, a pair of shoes, hey, look, I just put it in a box, send it right back, right?
Right, exactly.
Well, a mattress is a little different. I don't think you're going to shove that back in a box. I don't think, how it was delivered. What, can I call anybody at the shoe company? Probably not.
Probably not.
So there's a lot of different things that, we experience from time to time. But to buy a mattress just off reviews, well, okay.
Yeah.
Because there's some good reviews out there.
There are. Yeah, you're taking a big risk for sure. And I mean, there's just it's hard not to believe them because there's so many. You have a $1 billion company that's selling all these mattresses. I mean, there's a lot of people that are putting reviews, and then there's a lot of paid reviews. So,
Right.
Incentivized reviews. And if you've never been incentivized for a review, I haven't, but I don't put a lot of reviews out either.
Right.
But that being said, that's it's not true. So how do we make sure that those reviews are good? There's different ways, right? I mean, I
Right.
guess there's different ways you can talk to somebody. I mean, word of mouth is fantastic.
That's right.
If you know somebody that has that product, that is a great way to determine whether it's
Yes.
legitimate or not, because you have a relationship with that person.
Correct.
But when you don't know who it is, and it could be a robot.
Yeah, exactly. And so you have these different review ways to get reviews, I guess, for businesses, and you put those reviews out there. Is it also, some of these reviews are not product specific? I mean, if you're talking about a plush mattress versus a firm mattress, but your reviews are mixed up, I mean, I'm reading a review about some mattress that feels great, and it's they're talking about the firm, and I want the plush. It gets a little confusing there.
Yeah, and for consumers, that creates a problem where you can't determine whether the review is on that product or not. I mean, because then we just then as consumers, it's like it's a fake review, because you get to, like you said, you get the mattress home, and they say, oh, how wonderful that is, and it's not, because you're expecting something different from what the review said. So we definitely we need to just be very, very careful about how we get that review, take that review.
One of the things about these different companies and stuff like that, they have multiple locations that make these products and stuff. So where's the review coming from? Which factory, which facility are they referencing? You think about fast food. Not all fast food places, even though it has the same name and the same burger or the same stuff, they don't taste the same. The service isn't the same. So there's a different variables there as well that could be playing into those reviews.
Yeah, very, very true. And the good thing about dealing when you're looking for a mattress in Mattress Grove, we have one facility, and David and I are here every day, working together with all of our team here. So if you buy a Mattress Grove product, it's going to come right from here. You don't have to worry about it coming from a factory in California or Tennessee or wherever. It's going to come from right here. And we're family owned and operated. Like I said, we're here all the time. Yeah. We've been family owned and operated for over 55 years now, and we love this business because, again, and that's why we love talking to you guys and talking to consumers, is because we know how important a great night's sleep is, and that just fuels us to do better every day, to make the best product, to make sure we get it delivered to your home the correct way, white glove delivery in your bedroom, so you can be sleeping on it tonight. But you don't have to worry about that with Mattress Grove.
That's right. Here at Mattress Grove, all of our mattresses are handcrafted by artisans who have been with us for, our average tenure 17 years. So everyone knows how to make a great mattress. And they take pride in that. And we all want to make sure that we make the perfect mattress for you, so that when you go to your bedroom and you lay down on that mattress, you have no concerns other than in getting a great night's sleep. And that's what we do here at Mattress Grove. That's why John and I make ourselves available to you through the Call John and David on our website, where you can actually speak to one of us about anything. Hopefully it has something to do with the mattress. But hey, look, we'll talk to you about anything. We're happy to talk to you. We love to hear your stories. We love to hear from you. For example, I had a phone call just the other day about foundation, whether I needed a foundation or not. And I was like, man, let's talk about a couple of different things. Does your mattress need a foundation or support? Yes. What type of support do you have now? And we started walking through that, and the mattress that she was looking at was thicker than the mattress that she had before. So we started talking about the height of it, and we started talking about bed skirts and all kinds of stuff. And boy, I love talking about bed skirts. But we did. We walked through it all, and we talked about it. And she found out she was going to get a regular size foundation. But then she realized that she needed a little shorter one, and so we were able to walk through that together. She made the purchase. Loves the mattress, perfect size foundation, perfect everything. So, if you're reading a review, the reviews don't necessarily give you all that information that you may need to ask. And so, we were able to walk through that, and it was a great conversation.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, you were able to really help her.
Yeah, and now I know about bed skirts.
Now you know about the bed skirts. That's right. Yeah, but that's important. I mean, it is important to know about bed skirts. You got to hide all your junk that's under there. So
That's
under
right.
Your bed. I had a call the other day. It was a different call. They were upset. They had bought a mattress online, and their expectations were not there. And so we went back and forth, and it's overwhelming. I mean, it's so overwhelming, and that's why again we welcome the calls, because we can have that conversation, and we will help you find either a mattress or a solution, through our company, or we're happy to help you with another company. But this client, she was very upset because her mattress didn't last. She bought a mattress. And the expectations were it was going to last 10 years. Well, it didn't even last 10 months. And she tried to put it back in a box and send it back, but she couldn't do that. So anyway, make a long story short, what a lot of companies do is they change mattresses all the time. They change the collections, to confuse consumers. And again, that's it's terrible. That's terrible. I mean, we've helped our Simply Lux for over 2 years now, and we're going to keep it. That's when it started, and it's going to stay that way, because it's a great product, and also it's not confusing. It's if you bought one 2 years ago, it's going to be the same one you buy today, and so. But that's what companies do to confuse, and so the review could be on a XYZ Haley mattress. They could change the name of it, or they could leave the name the same and just change the spec. So you may get a different spec, and that happens all the time. And so that's why we totally understand. It's very, very overwhelming.
John, if I really, really wanted to think about it, if you care about your sleep, are you just going to buy something off of a review? If you have access to more information and people that actually can help you to make a better decision. I mean, a lot of times people are buying mattresses for the first time ever. And do you really know what questions that you need to ask, or there's what's out there for with the industry? If you're just looking at a couple websites and people are telling you things that they want you to know, whereas if you can get in touch with somebody that actually cares and wants to help you make the right decision, because this impacts your life. This is about healthy sleep, and our products are made for sleep, not to be shipped in a box. They're not designed for shipping. They're not designed for anything else but for sleeping.
Well, maybe one other thing, but we don't get in too deep with that. But there is one other thing that we do on a mattress, or you're supposed to do, and it's not reading or on your phone or tablet. But anyway, y'all know what that is, and that's the fun part of it. But anyway, I mean, sleeping's fun too. But truthfully, like David mentioned, I mean, we all work hard. I mean, we work hard, whether we're moms at home, pick up babies, and all the things that we have to do, stress, everything that we have. We deserve a great night's sleep, and you deserve a great mattress. And so don't just rely on reviews. If it's not, call John and David. Talk to somebody. Talk to somebody that you trust, so that you can get a good feeling for what you're about to spend a lot of money on, because you should spend. And to me, $3,000 isn't a whole lot of money for a mattress, because you're going to use it every day, and you should be able to use it for 8 to 10 years. Right. So that's really not a lot of money. It's only pennies a night. But that being said, it is a lot of money right when you have to spend it. And but I promise you will get a great night's sleep if you pick the right mattress for you, and you deserve it. Everybody deserves that.
You're right. This is a big decision. Not only is it financially, but also health-wise. Sleep is so important to you that you get a great night's sleep. And that's why we want to make ourselves available to you, because it can be overwhelming, and we don't want you to feel alone. We're here for you. So if you're sitting there looking at reviews right now and you have a couple of questions, or you're thinking about something and you're overwhelmed, guess what? We're here for you.
Go to MattressGrove.com and you'll get the information that you can find online. But then you can call John or David at 336-280-0077, and you can talk to us. And we promise you this is going to just be a conversation, not a sales pitch, just to try to help you guys pick the right mattress for you so you'll get a great night's sleep. So until next time, we'll see you next week when we drop the next episode of the Healthy Sleep Podcast, where we'll have something more exciting to talk about to help you guys all get a better night's sleep.
Better night's sleep.